Okay, well here we are, Woods Mill, and behind me you can see our Kestrel nest box over across the field there. That's a new nest box we put up over the winter because the old one had been there for, well, probably over a decade. It was looking a bit rickety and it seen better days. And we were concerned if the kestrels laid eggs in it and the chicks all popped out this year, it could have collapsed. So we've got a new box, and we've got the ladder out, and myself and Sam and Steve went up the ladder. We put this new box up, when was that, Sam? February time? About February time, yeah? So we put the new box up there, and then we had to wait to see whether the kestrels would accept their new home with the new surroundings. Now I was a bit anxious, but we waited for a few months, and lo and behold the kestrels started to move in. And then the female was at the back of the box on eggs. We could see her sitting there. Every now and again the male would come in and feed her. And then things went quiet for a good few weeks. I got a bit nervous because I thought maybe the nest had been abandoned. There was no evidence that she was in the nest. There was no evidence the eggs had hatched. But then just a couple of weeks ago, I was watching from down on the corner here, and up pops a very full-grown kestrel chick. And we're watching them now. The male and female are coming back and forth, and there's at least 3 chicks in the box, hopefully 4. We usually see 4 chicks being produced from this box each year. Hopefully we'll see 4 this year as well. Yeah, so we're seeing the kestrels, the adult kestrels, hunting around the reserve now. And of course, you know, kestrels are famous for their hovering. They can hover in the air. What they're doing is, when they're hovering, they're kind of flying forward as fast as the air is pushing them back. So on very calm days like today, they've really got to work to stay afloat, as it were. When the wind's blowing, they can just turn their wings a little bit to angle their bodies. When you're watching them though, their wings are going crazy and their tail's going crazy to try and keep the position, but their head is staying stock still. It's the neck muscles are incredibly strong to keep that head in a fixed position, because they're staring right down at the ground, looking out for mice and voles down there. Of course, when they see one, they'll drop down and grab it in their talons and bring it back to these hungry chicks in this box. If you do come to Woods Mill, you can sit on the bench over there, have your packed lunch, and watch these parents hard at work, going back and forth with mice and voles, feeding the chicks. Now we're hoping the chicks will be fledging, coming out of the nest around about late June, early July. They're about sort of 35 days as, about 28 days as eggs, and about 35 days as chicks, and then they're off to start their own life. So fingers crossed.